Hello everyone, my name is Kadimova. I'm a fourth-year medical student at the University of Arizona, and today I'll be discussing extreme heat, the health impacts it has on vulnerable populations, and strategies we can use to mitigate these risks. And exploring these strategies, we can also look at practices used during Ramadan, where fasting individuals carefully plan hydration, nutrition, and energy intake in order to prevent heat-related illnesses. As temperatures increase, heat-related illnesses become a growing public health concern. These illnesses occur when the body cannot efficiently and effectively regulate its temperature or maintain adequate hydration. And these conditions include heat rash, heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and a life-threatening condition, heat stroke, where the body loses the ability to regulate temperature with associated organ failure or alterations in mentation. Certain populations are particularly vulnerable for these conditions. Children who have difficulty with regulating body temperature are at risk for these types of related heat diseases. Older adults who have reduced sweating and thirst responses, individuals with comorbidities such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity can have overall impaired circulation, sweating, and the body's ability to regulate temperature, which puts them at risk. Athletes and outdoor workers, with this prolonged physical exertion that they can have in hot environments and overall increase in heat production, causes them to have decreased fluid and electrolytes in their body, which are lost through the process of sweating. And also, uniquely enough, during this month of March, individuals who are observing Ramadan, their fasting has the limits fluid intake and food intake during daylight hours, which can increase the risk of dehydration. But despite this possible challenge, people often develop effective strategies to maintain hydration and sustained energy, which we'll begin to take a look at right now. Hydration and nutrition are essential components for preventing heat-related illnesses. Fluids that contain electrolytes like salt, sodium, and potassium are lost through sweat. A common hydration practice during Ramadan is actually drinking water with some lemon and a little bit of salt and mixed. And this allows for replenishing of those electrolytes, especially in the beginning of a fast, as well as towards the end. And also for that extra boost, electrolyte packets can be added, such as these element packets. And in addition to hydration from fluids, hydration from nutrition is just as important, where we can rely on fruits and vegetables with high water content that can be seen on the picture on the right side, and limiting these dehydrating foods as seen here, which can support overall hydration. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about what recipes people who fast usually follow, you can go ahead and scan this QR code, which will give you some recipe inspirations. Continuing on the topic of staying safe during extreme heat, we have certain clothing materials that are important to consider. Choosing loose, breathable natural fabrics such as linen, cotton, and hemp allow for better airflow and help the body stay cool, and avoiding these heavier, less breathable materials such as nylon, denim, and acrylic, as they tend to trap heat and moisture. And if you're interested in learning more about how clothing material and fabric is related to increasing our overall body temperature, you can you can scan this video to know a little bit more about this. And finally, we're looking at some cooling strategies that can gradually help lower body temperature. Simple methods, which include wearing a wet bandana or utilizing a electrical neck fan, can help lower body temperature. As well as, really important, is seeking out shaded areas to reduce heat exposure. And people can use this pH app actually to locate nearby cooling centers, which provide air-conditioned spaces during extreme heat, which you can access through this QR code. Thank you so much for listening, and by incorporating these strategies, we can better protect ourselves from dehydration and heat-related illnesses, especially during periods of extreme heat. Thank you.